Alrighty guys, and welcome back in. Today we're going to be spawning in on Midwich. Now you're going to be able to look on the bottom left hand side and see nobody on my team actually has Decisive Strike, which is a rare treat when you play Survivor. I am in a duo queue, so there is me and one other, while the other two gamers are going to be both solo queue. Now that being said, Midwich is a very hard map to understand because some of the generators can be really hard to find. I do have a chest I could search or work on down there. Until I know who the killer is, I want to apply as much pressure as I possibly can. Working in this generator in the middle, I have time to react to either situation with no staircase in between that they can sneak up on me at. If they can't, on words. Alright, so let's keep pumping through this generator. We're looking to the left and we're paying attention to the right. For all we know, it could be a ghost face who sneaks past, and that would put us in a really bad situation. Heard a crow being despawned outside in the open area, which is fine. That means I know I've got a teammate in the courtyard, or I have the killer in the courtyard. Everybody else is MIA. Right now, I'm already halfway through the generator. For one person to do a generator, it's going to take 80 seconds. For two people to do a gen, it'll be done in 47.5 seconds. I've still had no action from the killer. As you can see, the crow hasn't despawned. The crow has despawned now. It might have actually been me that set that crow off, as opposed to anyone underneath. Therefore, I actually have no information who the killer is or where the killer is. I can tell you it was RNG that we came to this map. I can hear a 32 meter tear radius, which is good. Therefore, we're looking at maybe one of the basic killers. No unique heartbeat either. The generator is nearly done. It's going to be a Wraith. There's our indicator. Nice. So we're going to be looking at 126% movement speed with no add-ons. We'll be able to tell you straight away if he's got add-ons or not. Alright, generator done. Can hear the bell, but he's going to be hitting somebody with Thanatophobia. Now that I know one of his perks, I'm going to go under the assumption I know his entire build. He went up the stairs. There's no way up. He needs to keep going through. There we go. Alright, let's see what we see from here. He's coming. Ooh. Will he commit to me for a stack of Than, or will he try and commit to my teammate? Looks like he's trying to get my teammate there. He's going to get a free hit on me. I won't be able to spin him in the open. Sloppy Butcher as well, alongside Nurses Calling, and I'm going under the assumption for. I'm not going to go far. That's fine. I had no intention of giving him that pallet. What I do want to know is what have I got in here to work with. I got this. Alright, if I get up to lunge, I'll make a loop for the other one. Alright, we'll come over here. I have to be very careful with my movement here because it's going to be right on my tail. Okay. This is a better one for me to use. It's got Bloodlust. We can see it. Get him to break it. I'm going to wait here. I'm pretty sure he's going to cut me off. He wouldn't have seen any scratch marks. Clever for him to follow. Ooh, I could have made a basement drop bait, but it wouldn't have worked too well. Very unsafe loop for me to try and play, and he can Bloodlust me really easy and effectively here. I expect him to go round. I'm out of position. I'm going to take a hit in the back. Best thing I can do is force the hit. And have him drop down the hall while I stay up the top. Little trick there, ladies and gentlemen. You notice how he lunged and I just chose to stay up. So I knew I wasn't going to go... I knew I wasn't able to make a really good play there, so my play was to force him out of position. I knew he'd lunge early because he wanted to get the hit before I started falling down. Once I hear him break that other one, I'm going to drop down. It's both doors broken. We're going to drop down. We're going to try and play as far back as we possibly can. I'm not recovered, so don't wait for me, my friend. Wraith, he's already found you guys. Be very careful. Not recovered yet. Beautiful. Keep running. It's gonna be a very hard flashlight from that close. Gonna take a hit as punishment. If you can force the killer to look up and walk into like a wall, it'll help. There's a hook right there. That's very bad. Even though we made a really good play, our teammates, unfortunately, I don't know how you want to talk about what happened there. The good news is I gave no pallets. There's 4 gens completed now, including the one that I did at the start of the game. But let's see what happens. We're in the middle of the open here. I can go back up the staircase that he opened. I made sure of that before I dropped down the hall. So I already know my response and exactly where I'm going to go and where there's another pallet. And she doesn't have borrowed time either. I'm going to take a hit in the back. I'm actually going to work on the generator over here. There is no generator here. That's very bad for us. Let's see if we can work on something over in this direction. There's nothing here either. Okay, I need to find a gen and work on it based on the fact I'm injured. I got one other teammate on full health. I have information provided through Kindred. I do not have access to borrowed time. In no situation. Little jump scare, guys. It didn't come out. Never mind. Something normally jumps out of that locker. I guess we didn't do the prerequisites. We're going to keep working on this generator. We're going to drop down. We have a pretty good loop underneath us as well, providing he hasn't actually made any good plays. The pallets that I did use aren't valuable. based on the fact that he can easily hit me around them. The fact that he broke them is going to be very important to remember. So what do we know right now? Another player down, 4 stacks of Thanatophobia, Sloppy Butcher. These guys are healing, generally not the best play to do. You want to split and apply pressure in different areas. The time that you're going to waste healing, he's going to hook, get information through barbecue and pop, and then make a decision on what he wants to do. Both of them are taking time healing themselves. Good news is he didn't look at me at all when he cloaked and rang his bell. He instantly went the opposite direction. Now because of that, that's going to give me time to work on this door. He might have seen that guy going for the heal on himself and be going for him. I do have a pallet on my right hand side that I plan to play before I drop down. See how that guy's already started to run? I can already tell you that the Wraith is most likely there. We did see a crow despawn from the player underneath setting it off. This player is just running on my right hand side. Might be in a bit of a bad situation right now, but we cannot be 100% sure. What we can be sure is if he runs a killer towards us, that's going to really hurt the fact that I've nearly completed the gen, but I don't have good information on what is currently happening. She ran all the way across the board to work on this generator and the killer didn't chase her at all. The real question is where the hell is the Wraith now? I'm guessing she ran out of make hit charges. I'm going to look for the heal on her. She had adrenaline, so think of all the time she spent where she was healing herself as opposed to applying pressure towards an objective, especially considering she had proved herself. So that should be a little indicator of where there's always room for improvement. I got 3 people here. I got Steve, who looks very excited to be escaping the trial. 1 player MIA, Wraith rung his bell and is uncloaked. I'm going to go for the heal on Steve after I get this done. Saw movement in the courtyard just then. The tiniest pixel moved, and because of that, there you go, we saw the bell for the Wraith there. We know where both of these guys are. I'm going to open this door and run straight in. Take a hit for him. Let him know exactly what direction I'm running. The doors are always guaranteed to be opposite on this side of the map. I think she ran this way. I think she's right there. That's the only play I could think of her actually making in the situation we're in. One of my teammates has already left. 2 of them have left. I can hear the Wraith behind me right now. I don't want to get slapped with no it if he does have it. She's already made it out. And we're going to be leaving just then. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. This has been an educational, informative rank 1 survivor game of duo queue, where I did have 2 solo queue teammates. If you like that little trick that I showed you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do educational, informative, DVD killer, and survivor content 5 days a week over at Twitch if you guys want to tune into the live stream. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the fog in the next video.